All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we're Grams and Pops Vintage, and this is our year-end review.
Year-end wrap-up. Even though we still have, today is what, the 29th? We still have today's sales, tomorrow's sales, and Thursday sales.
Yep, we still got a few days left, but we did this last year. We're going to do something a little bit cringy that some people don't like. They don't like it when people talk their numbers. And if you don't like that kind of video, that's perfectly understandable. We're fine with that. Just go ahead and leave now and come back for the next video. But this video, we're going to talk about what our numbers were, because this is the kind of video that I wish we had found when we started.
Yes.
Because I think it's important when you're starting out making a decision. If you were going to go get a job somewhere and they told you, we'll give you the job, but they don't tell you we're only going to pay you $2 an hour, you don't have enough information to take the job or not. So that kind of information, like what's possible.
That reminds me. So on your subject of not enough information, we had an escape room group come in this weekend, and the one little boy, I think he's autistic on the spectrum, but he was trying to solve this puzzle that requires a whole bunch of circles. And he kept saying, we do not have enough information to compute this. We need more information to compute this. It was just cute.
That's exactly how I felt when we started reselling, because I was trying to figure out what are the kind of the top players. If we take the top 10% of people that are talking about this stuff, what are they doing? And if they can do it and I could get in the top 10%, is that acceptable for me as a salary? Can I make a living doing that?
I think the other piece of it too is why people cringe on listening to this is because they think it's bragging. To me, this is by no means bragging. This
purely
is being
informational
and 100% transparent.
Yep, it's purely informational for you guys. It's also informational for us. We went and watched last year's roundup, mix up, year in review up.
Teresa watched last year.
I asked Teresa to go watch last year's.
I did. And I said some very inappropriate stuff on that video.
Well, and the point of that is we have a record of what we said we wanted to do, where we were at that time, and now we have that same record here after today's video. So it helps us as well as hopefully help some of you guys. But like I said, we're going to get into some numbers. If you don't like that kind of thing, I completely understand. We'll see you in the next video. If you do, stick around.
Or skip the first section and the third section, or the second and third section.
Just go to the halfway point. We'll get past the numbers in the next couple sections.
We will.
We'll be done with it. So it is a Monday though.
We have a lot to pack.
Yep, we have a lot to pack. It's the Monday after Christmas.
Yes, and Teresa did another sale. Another 50% off sale on stuff that was over a year. I'm telling you, we have crushed it. I'm pretty sure I sold like 20 things just over the weekend that were out of that sale.
Yep. So we've got a lot to pack. So let's go see what's first.
Let's go.
Oh, we're going this way?
We're going this way because it was something I took over the weekend.
Oh, so it wasn't even, you just
and you
took
can't
photos
see
of
it,
these.
but I'll show it to you.
They're scrolls.
It is. It's an Asian scroll. This one has koi fish, which I think meant good luck. I don't remember, but it comes with a fancy box.
All right, so there's the box they get. They're like silk scrolls. What did that sell for?
That list, it was listed for less than 8 hours and it sold for $74.99. Maybe I listed it low. I don't know. There wasn't another one out there.
That'll work. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and say that's like the innards of a clock.
It is. That is a Howard Miller Brass Movement 83 grandfather clock. I don't know if it works at all because I can't test it, but that sold for $49.99.
So before we get into the actual numbers from this year, we need to talk a little bit about some of the lessons we learned along the way, good and bad.
Yeah, I don't know if they're really lessons. I think they're just more wins and boo-boos.
Well, they are kind of lessons. I mean, some things that worked out this year and some things that didn't work out that we may be phasing out for the coming year.
Yep.
So the first one that I would say was kind of a win is 2025, we really started focusing on more high ticket items.
We did.
You heard us talk a lot about that on this channel throughout the year. And that actually ended up being a good thing. We have some data on that we'll share with you later, but that decision ended up being a really good decision for us this year.
It did. So the piece that I just talked about was we have gotten more aggressive on getting rid of inventory that is stale or sitting out there. We've done that in two ways. I can't talk. We've either put it on the dollar auction just to get rid of it, or we've run sales, which the sales I find have done super good lately. And so we're just going to keep doing that and get our inventory down to where I don't think we keep anything over a year.
Yep, we've kind of unmarried ourselves from our inventory. Just because we bought it, even if we paid up for it, there's a time limit on inventory that keeps the shop healthy.
This was one thing we talked about in last year's video, and I
did.
said it was very hard for me not to list everything, but Teresa has come to the point of some days Corey comes in here after I've been out here listing, and down in the corner over there by my trash is a garbage can, is a box, and it's full of stuff that just is not worth listing and not worth putting on the dollar auction.
So we have gotten very aggressive with that, getting inventory out of here once it reaches the end of the life cycle that we've kind of arbitrarily set, which is 1 year. And we do still have stuff over a year old.
I do.
But we're getting better at just kind of gradually getting it out of here as quick as we can once it hits that point.
Yep.
I think the next piece is we've niched into some small stores, and that has been a win for us overall.
It has been. So Dapper and Dazzle is doing fabulous. They're almost at 4K 90-day total.
Yep.
I didn't look at Stereo View.
It's in the 2,000s, almost 3,000. So it's doing pretty well too for a low ticket, low sell-through rate store. It's minimal to no effort with List Easier. So it's made it a very profitable side store. And those little niche down stores have been not only fun, but they've actually been really good for our bottom line.
They have been. And now, while we're talking about niche stores, we're going to go into the boo-boos. I think we added the third niche store too fast.
I think we did too. I don't think we found out pretty quick that 4 stores was our limit, but actually, and I do think it's 4 stores are still our limit, but our time needs to be optimized better because we have one that's being neglected like an adopted child. It's just not good.
We did sell something on it this weekend.
We did sell something on it, but we're not giving it the attention it needs. So I think we scaled to 4 stores too fast. We should have done one, got it working, done another.
Which we kind of did. We just added the third one too fast.
We added the third one too fast. So I think we have to correct that this year. I think we have to give that store attention, which means figure out how to optimize our time, but we can't be adding more.
No, we already decided there's only 3. There's only 3 additional stores besides Grams and Pop's main store.
And we may close one down and rotate it to a different niche if we find a niche that works better.
Yep.
But there can only be 3 niche stores and then Grams and Pops, like in our business. Now, another piece that I think was kind of a boo-boo of 2025, unfortunately, and I don't like to admit this kind of sucks. It hurts my heart a little bit, the dollar auction. I think taking that on and not being able to give the time to it that it needs to have kind of doomed it to fail. And I wouldn't say it's failed, it's profitable.
No, it's profitable. We make sales on it. Other people make sales on it.
But it does take a lot of our time for a little bit of reward.
Yep.
So I think maybe going into 2026, we may start phasing that down and possibly get rid of it just because we have a finite amount of time to point places. And that one gives back the least amount of reward.
Yep.
So the dollar auction, as bad as I hate to say it, I think that may have been a mistake.
Maybe. We'll see. Okay, the other one is getting caught up in community drama.
Yep. This one's a big one. Believe it or not, even YouTubers fall prey to this.
We do.
It's not, and I'm not talking about he said, she said type drama. None of that. We kind of mind our own business. We do our own thing. But being YouTube creators or being in this niche and watching YouTube videos, it's very easy to get caught up in what's in the rearview mirror or what's way ahead on the road and seeing that someone's doing something at so much larger scale than we are, or vice versa, someone's doing something that we think is driving a car off a road. And we got to get better at ignoring that and minding our own business.
We do. So I've always said it to others. I don't, and I've said it to other people, other eBay sellers. You can't compare yourself to other sellers because they do stuff differently.
You can't. And you have to be okay watching someone do good.
Yes.
And you have to be okay watching someone do bad and not having to fix it.
I don't want to fix it. I just can see it and I want to say something, but I don't say nothing.
I'll give you a good example. This year, everybody kind of saw the big whatnot and live selling craze going on.
Yep.
And we were on one side, then we were on the other side. We kind of went back and forth. We tried it.
We did try it.
We gave it a good, honest try. Live selling is not for us. And when we see other people doing live selling and struggling with the same things we did, we're very tempted to say, well, that's because live selling is stupid. It's not for everybody.
Yep.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's not stupid. Some people are doing great on live selling, but it is not for everybody.
No, it's not.
But I think this piece of it, the boo-boo we did, is we're not very good at ignoring it. And we have to learn how to just ignore that. If we see somebody driving their business into the ditch, we just have to be okay with driving past.
But can I looky-loo on the way back?
We can looky-loo and make decisions based on what we see.
I'm sorry.
But it's not our job to stop and police that. And
No.
I think everybody gets caught up in this a little bit. Everybody likes to share their opinions, and that's what a YouTube channel is.
It's just our opinion.
I mean, we share our opinions, but largely those opinions don't matter. And they don't help you guys, and they don't help us in most cases. So
No.
that would be one of the boo-boos this year.
Yeah, and like I said on the looky-loo, I will looky-loo.
We're really kind of throwing ourselves under the bus in this video. A little bit.
I won't say nothing to nobody but Corey, because Corey will listen to me when he's not programming.
Yeah, she'll curse in the living room, and I'll hear
Or
it out.
start a conversation in the middle, and he won't know what I'm talking about.
I do think it's healthy to watch that stuff and discuss it.
We have.
I don't know if it's healthy to put it out on a YouTube channel. I think we have to just let others notice and make their own decision. We'll share with you what we're doing. We don't need to share with you what we're not doing and why.
And why we're not doing it.
Right.
That's right.
I think we're going to try and do that a little better this year because I think we did okay, but I don't think we lived up to our standards in that regard.
Nope. And we do stuff different than other people. We do it the way it works for us. And like I've said, like we've said on multiple videos.
We do it in ways that don't work for us.
You can watch everybody else on their videos, but take out of it what works for you.
Yeah, especially this channel because we are constantly in experimentation mode. And
you are.
I think that's important to know if you're watching something like this, that we are constantly experimenting. And 2/3 of what we experiment with is garbage. It's not good.
Nope.
But we don't know it's not good until we fail. So that's what we do. Let's get back on track. Let's go pull another item.
We are. This is a Whopper.
A Whopper?
It's a Whopper.
Like something we can eat?
Like, not worth my time, but it was already listed, so.
All right, this is a sad one because I remember listing these when we first opened our eBay store. This is old. We listed an entire tote of Nerf and Nerf accessories.
Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready. What do we got?
We're going to be rich. Okay, this is a Hasbro Nerf Zombie Strike Hammer Shot, Hammer Action Blaster? I don't know, and it works. It's old for enough to buy me a piece of gum. $2.50.
Yeah. We have aggressively liquidated the Nerf gun.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Oh.
You got precious moments?
No, I gotta make sure. No, they're
Or more Belsnickel?
Belsnickel. I just gotta make sure I got the right one because some of them aren't marked.
Oh, it looks like we were both wrong. It's a snow sickle.
Oh, that's
Snow's nickel.
Snow Snickle.
Snow snickle. That's what it is.
Yep, and you can't see it. I'll show it to you quick. It's this one. It is a special edition one because she took some of her older ones and redid them into new versions. But that is a Snow Snickle 2008 snowman with pumpkin. So he's kind of a fall-y version. And he sold for $34.99.
All right, section you've all been waiting for or avoiding, depending on your personality. The numbers. We are talking numbers. First, we'll go over last year. We won't talk about what our goals were. We'll get into those down in another section.
Yep.
But last year, we did a total revenue for our eBay business of $147,000.
And that's eBay, and the only other thing we sold on was Commons.
Yep.
The next thing we did is we went through and looked up how many items we sold in 2024. In 2024, between Commons and, I think that's between Commons and eBay. I don't know for sure. But anyways, we sold 3,722 items throughout the entire year.
Which was pretty good. We were pretty happy with that. And the average sale price of those items, you can probably do the math already, but it was $38.69 per item. That's what our average ASP came out to be, which we were happy with, but we wanted to raise it for 2025.
Yes. So the next piece, which is a hot topic for everybody, is our advertising. What did we spend
Promoted listings.
Promoted listing.
Yep.
Yeah, because we only do promoted on-store listing. We don't do any of the other ones. But we paid a total of $6,523 to get, I think it was $143,000 on eBay for sales. Sorry, I think we paid $6,523 to do about $143,000 worth of sales on eBay.
You're trying to peek past the camera to see your numbers.
I am. So that was a total of 4.6% is what we paid in average sales cost across all our sales.
4.6% of our revenue, not our net. 4.6% of our total revenue we paid back to eBay in promoted listings.
Yes.
Now, you guys remember talking a lot, or us talking a lot through 2024 into 2025 about the Grams and Pops Vintage eBay store. We listed $500 a day.
Yep.
We made it a point to never miss that and stay consistent with that. We built our drafts up so we could maintain it. And we listed $500 a day consistently through all of 2024. And if you remember last year's video, that resulted in an average of $393 a day in total revenue sales.
Yep. So we missed it by over $100 last year.
Well, we didn't miss it. Our goal wasn't to sell 500, it was to list 500 a day.
That's right.
So, but $500 a day in listings resulted in $393 a day in sales.
Yep.
So that's where 2024 was. Now, we did set some aggressive goals, which we'll talk about, but 2025, where did we actually end up?
Okay, sales-wise, I think we did good. I mean, we increased almost $20,000, $40,000. I can't even read. So our sales total between all 4 of our eBay stores, the dollar auction, and our Grams and Pop Shop was $186,000 roughly.
So we expanded this year. We basically, after you cut that in half and figure out what our net was, which is roughly 50% of our revenue is what we run at, we gave ourselves about a $20,000 raise for the year of 2025. That's pretty good. I'll take that.
Yes.
Didn't hit our goal, but we were close. That did really well for us. We did go from the 3,722 items in 2024 to this year selling 4,641 items. We almost did 1,000 more items this year than we did last year.
I will put a caveat on this. I don't know if that's how you say it. Anyways,
Caveat?
Like, is that what I'm doing? Is adding a bonus to it?
Well, put an asterisk.
Put an asterisk to it.
What's the asterisk?
The 4,641 items is everything that includes everything that sold on the dollar auction. However, some of the things that sold on the dollar auction were multi-quantity items.
Almost everything that sold on the dollar auction was.
Well, but we did auctions, standard auctions, and individual.
We did do some lives and.
So I would say honestly, that's probably closer to.
Probably closer to
5K.
5,000, yeah.
Yep, 5K in actual sales. So the piece that I like is the average sale price. Our average sale price is growing. It didn't grow by a whole lot. I mean, it did, but it went up from $38 to $46.84.
Yep.
That is a gigantic jump.
That was in thanks to our goal of doing the more high ticket items and being more aggressive with what we buy in terms of not the cheap stuff. We still have cheap stuff. We just sold a $2 Nerf gun.
$2.50.
But the higher ticket items really padded that and bumped it from 38 to 46, which is really good. The other part that I'm really happy about is our promoted listing cost. We spent almost exactly the same. We spent $6,528. So we spent $5 more on promoted listings for 40,000 more in sales. So we're at an average of 3.8% is what we spend of our revenue on promoted listings.
That's almost an entire percent down.
I know. And that is in large part due to the fact that for the last 3 to 4 months, we've been using Promo Nomo. A lot of our items are selling.
Set it and forget it.
They're either not promoted or they're promoted at a very, like the middle rate, which is very low, and they're selling at those lower rates or no rates. So it's just in 3-4 months time, we've knocked a whole percentage off our promoted listings.
Yep. And as far as daily sales, so again, this year I will say I kept it at $500 for sure, but there's a lot of days that I went up to, $550, $600 a day. It just depended on what I had. But we went from $393 to $468.
Yep, that's really good. I mean, if you're listing $500 a day and you're averaging $468 in sales, like that's a really good number. Now that does include our niche stores, so it's a little bit padded there. That number is not 100% transparent just for Grams and Pops because it does include our other stores. But we're much closer to a $500 a day.
No, that actually isn't.
Is that just Grams and Pops?
That is just Grams and Pops.
Oh, then we did really good.
That is just Grams and Pops. So that doesn't include Dapper Dazzle, that doesn't include Stereo View, and that doesn't include physical formats or any of the outside stores. So that's even better than
I thought it was.
So yes, that is 100% those.
All right, let's go pull a few more items.
Let's.
Oh, he's fugly. He's fugly. I about said the bad word. All right, let's test my Star Wars knowledge. Is that a Rancor?
That is a Rancor. He is a 1998 Star Wars Power of the Force Rancor figure. He is loose, but he's
loose.
Like he's not in a box. He's not a hoochie. I mean,
That's not what I meant by loose. Jeepers.
Anyways, he sold for $45.
Nice. For a loose Rancor.
Bear with me. I'm going to the bottom drawer.
This is our VCR drawer.
Oh my God, that thing is freezing.
All right, so we've got a Panasonic VCR DVD recorder so that you could dub your VCR tapes to a DVD.
Guess what?
And we did have questions on whether or not that worked.
It's not just VHS to DVD, it's DVD to VHS too. But that is a Panasonic, like you said, it's a recorder combo DVD VCR. It does have the remote, the power cables, and an extra VCR tape. But it sold for $88.99.
Going back and looking at last year's video, what were our goals for this year and how did we stack up?
Okay, so the first goal that we had was the sales goal. We actually had a $200,000 sales goal. We did not quite make it.
We failed.
We did, 186,000. We were $14,000 off, which was kind of like last year, 143,000 on just grams and pops, and we had a goal of 150,000 the prior year. So we're roughly staying at that. We're sucking by about 7,000 times 2 this year.
And it tells me we're setting our goals right because we're missing them, but we're not missing them by a lot. So we did fall short of our goal, but hitting 187,000 in sales on a $200,000 goal, I'm happy with that. Like, I'm very happy, and it tells me we could raise that goal for next year.
Yep, we can.
The next goal that we had was to make sure that we were discounting and liquidating old inventory.
Yep.
That was a goal we set in last year's video, and I think we've done okay there.
We have. So we used to carry about between 4,600 and 4,700 items. We are down to a little over 3,000 now, just by liquidating the stuff we have, having good sell-through rate things that have been selling super quick.
And we're selling at a higher velocity.
Yes.
And selling at a higher average ticket price. Like, all of that combined has been really good. So we've done good with liquidating. I think we still have to reinforce that goal this year.
Okay, up next, the high ticket, or just in general, our ASP. For those who don't know, that's average sale price. We had a goal of $50. And like we said in the previous one, we had actual $46.84. So we
barely missed it.
It was only off by like $3.16.
A couple of good sales would have adjusted that up. Like, we were so close to that one.
Yep.
And I think we need to raise that one a touch for next year. But the high ticket items, I think that's the goal we chased the hardest. And it's probably the goal that made the most amount of difference. We came very close to hitting that goal. Return customer goal. We had in our minds that we wanted more return customers this year. And we were going to chase branding and try and get those customers coming back and back. On an everything store, what we're finding out is that's like pissing into the wind. Very difficult to do. And you're going to get your shoes wet. On the niche stores, much easier.
Yes, it is. So our return customer goal, so last year our return customers was 147.
Yep.
I mean, we had over 3,000. I'm pretty sure we had mostly one-off customers coming in and purchasing. But on grams and pops this year, we only had 115 return buyers.
Yep, which is actually pretty good considering the inventory we had this year. We were being pickier. We were buying high ticket items. So one might be a vacuum, one might be a Jeep rudder. Your return customer rate on stuff like that is not going to be fantastic. So it was kind of expected that we were going to fall short on this.
Yep.
Now, I will say our niche stores, the return customer rate is really good. And those, I think, will grow and grow. And that's a reasonable goal for that type of store. For the everything store, the grams and pop store, I think even setting a goal for return customer rate is a little bit crazy. We probably we shouldn't have that goal.
One.
No.
Nope.
All right. That's how we stacked up against our goals last year. We missed them all.
No, we didn't. We did good on the discounting and liquidation, but that's all.
we pretty much missed them all, but we missed them by an acceptable margin. Like, we had considerable growth in every area.
Yep.
We're very happy with where we came out. Tells us we can grow those goals for next year.
Yes,
all right, let's see what we got left.
Holy cow, this will drop it down so we only have 3 ponies left.
Oh, more of our painted ponies going out. All right, so we sold this painted pony. He's a really fancy one, isn't he?
He is
that's him.
2006 Trail of Painted Ponies Resin Spirits of the Northwest. He's a second edition, but he sold for $20. He was only listed for $25.
That'll work.
Move over.
Sold a horse and a cow. All right, so got to be very careful with this guy because he's very
glass.
Very glass and breakable. He's a cow. Or is he a bull? No. He's not a bull. He's a cow.
He's a cow. He is. So this is the first time I've dabbled.
He is a cow. She's a cow.
She is a cow. This is the first time I dabbled in these. It is a vintage Cow Parade Alamoosey down the trail, colorful cow. It does have a chip or something on it, but she sold for $25.
Goals going forward. So now we discussed our goals, where we ended up. We talked about our numbers. What are our goals going forward into 2026?
We don't have goals. No, I'm just kidding.
We have goals.
I'm just kidding. So we're going to try, I'm going to put the first part and I'm going to let Corey do the second part on this first one. So our goals for sales this year across all of our platforms is $200,000.
So we're keeping that one.
We are going to keep that one till we meet it.
We're gonna keep that one. I think we're gonna blow past that one this year.
I hope so.
And while we're keeping that one, we're gonna add an additional sales goal, and that is we want to do 25K in revenue off of eBay, completely off eBay. New businesses, new ventures, new stuff. We want to hit 25K off of eBay and start building less reliance on that platform.
Yep.
And we will grow that goal every year as well from here forward. But we're looking to take 25K in revenue completely off eBay without affecting our eBay sales. That's part of our new revenue goals. So we are upping revenue by 25K this year.
Yes.
We're just doing it off platform.
Yes. So the one I'm most excited about, I don't know why, because I know it's a whole lot of work, is to rearrange our shop to better organize and better suit how we work.
Yep. We'd actually like to move all the shelves. We need to create dedicated areas for the niche stores. I would love to take the cabinet that's behind this bookshelf
my silverware
and
cabinet.
clear the silverware out of it and use that for ephemera. But we have to figure all that out. So we're going to redo the shop. It's going to be completely reorganized. That is a goal for the first quarter of 2026.
Yep. And it's going to be a lofty one because we have a whole lot of stuff that's on outer shelves and a whole lot of stuff that's over there that's the unmentionables.
The unmentionables.
And I think it's just going to take a lot of work.
The other goal is we do want to keep increasing our average sell-through price. We want to keep going after the high-ticket items.
Yep.
So we're at $46.84 this year for our average sell-through. We would like to see that get up to 65. So we need to get super aggressive on buying more high-ticket, less low-ticket. So that's probably our most lofty goal.
Yep.
But I also think it's going to do the most good. I think that one showed the most improvement last year.
It did.
As far as our actual net.
It did. And we were also, when we first started, I would say we've been doing this for, I want to say 4 years, a little over 4 years.
Yep.
That, we would never pick up the stuff that costs $30-$40.
No, now that's the stuff I gravitate to and go look at. If they're charging $40-$50 for something, I want to know why.
Yep.
So we kind of gravitate to that stuff now. We are still trying to break the habit of, here's a tote of things that sell for $8 to $10 and we can get them for $1 a piece. We're still trying to break that. Now, I'm not saying we won't buy those low ticket items, but we're going to try very hard to steer away from them.
So. Unless you can sell them in a lot for a lot of money.
Right. And maybe that's the answer to that. We could still buy those, but we need to learn how to lot them up to where our average sale choke there.
I was going to say last year's video, you had a high-pitched voice break. So is this you hit puberty last year? That's what you said.
Still in it. Still in it. The beard is fake.
I'm sorry. That just made me remember. What are the odds you repeat that somewhat 2 years in a row?
With us, it's pretty good, I think. All right, and then the final piece is we are still actively ramping up our niche stores. We would like to see them take a bigger chunk, a bigger percentage of our overall. We don't want Grams and Pops to fade at all. We want it to stay where it is. We would just like to see those niche stores kind of rise up.
Yep, we are. I've been working. Yep. I will tell you, I think for both of us, we've kind of neglected them lately over the December month.
The holiday months were rough. They were rough for productivity.
They were.
Partly because I am working on those outside businesses. And that's taken a lot of my focus away. Yep. But that's coming to a head where they're about ready to launch. Promo Nomo is doing really good. I'm getting ready to look at a round of updates for that. And things are starting to slow down in that regard.
Yep. And even for me, I mean, I just need to come out here and spend like 2 hours and just take pictures of stuff like Corey does with his stereo views for him to be able to drop them on different days and do that with my jewelry store and just do like all rings one day, all necklaces, all bracelets, whatever. Yep. And that way I can have something to drop each day.
So that's our 2026 goals. We would actually love to hear what your guys' goals are, where you're at in terms of, are you setting goals for 2026? And if you are, you don't have to give us numbers if you don't want to. That's perfectly fine. But just give us an idea. Are you trying to raise your sales by 50% this year? Are you trying to grow 15%? Like, what are your goals? And are they even monetary? Like, do you have some different goals? Because there's a lot of different ways to set goals. This is just how we do it, which if you've watched long enough, is usually wrong. But this is how we do it. This is what works for us.
We do everything wrong.
All right, let's go pull a few more items. One up top. All right. Well, we won't pull this out, but it's a GMC logo emblem, like one of the stick-on factory GMC emblems.
Yep, so I picked that one up. It was a bonus for me because it came with something else I got on the auction that I listed for $100. But that is a 2001 to 2007 GMC 2500 HD truck exterior door emblem. It is brand new, but it sold, and it sold within 45 minutes for $39.99. 78.
All right. Last but not least, we sold a T-shirt. It's a white vintage Fraser T-shirt.
You want to know what's special about that one?
It's single stitch.
It is single. Oh, I lost my thing. It is single stitch. It is a 1993 Fraser's TV promo sitcom comedy shirt. It is single stitch. It is white. There's very little staining on it. But it sold for $53.99. Like a T-shirt, 50 bucks.
We'll take it. All right. So I think that is it for this video. I think that's it for this year. That wraps it up. We have just a few days sales left, so it isn't going to change any of our goals or our numbers significantly at this point.
Unless we sell some massive stuff.
Yeah, somebody have to come in and buy out half the store or something. So I think this is a pretty solid wrap up as far as where we're at. So we'll be able to go back next year and look at this and say, okay, did you flub it up for 2026?
Corey messed everything up.
So we look forward to seeing you guys on the Saturday Shop Talk videos. If you have questions, nothing's off limits. We're open to talking about just about anything. Well, within reason. As far as the business goes, we're pretty transparent. We don't hide anything.
Most of our personal life we're pretty transparent on too. We're just grandparents.
Nah. So ask away, and we will talk to you guys this Saturday.
Hasta la vista, baby.